YouTube, Houston here. For those of you just finding my YouTube channel, welcome. Please remember to hit that subscribe button and that bell. And for those of you that's been following me and supporting me, salute. And for my favorite patrons, always double salute. Now, today's video, we're actually going to talk about how to climb the credit card ladder with bad credit. And so what that means is, even if you have bad credit, I'm going to show you a strategy on how you possibly can build your way up to $50,000 in funding. Okay, this is just a strategy, but I tell you this, guys, the things that I'm about to mention here is going to blow your mind. So just keep that in, just keep that thought. Okay. First of all, I would tell you, if you have bad credit, this strategy does call for you to add an authorized user, okay? Because most people know that with an authorized user, it can build up your credit score from 25 to almost 80 points, right? Now, I know that FICO 8 does not count authorized users, but one credit system does is FICO 9, okay? And so that's the reason this here first step is so important. Now, the first card you want to get, and this is the OPPFI card. The reason is because most of the time people get this card. It starts out with $1,000 credit limit. Then after 6 months, it goes up to $2,000, okay? But the reason we want this card, okay, because granted it charges a $99 annual fee, but it doesn't charge all those other fees like those other cards like the Premier, the that Access Visa, all of those other type of cards that charge a lot of different fees. And also it's no impact on your credit score, okay? And one bigger caveat about this card is that once you get approved for it, you can use it the same day, all right? Now, here's something that you really have to understand. These lenders that I'm talking about, they charge high interest. However, these type of lenders, they make it much easier for you to qualify because they're not looking at your credit, right? They're looking at how long you've been on the job, your income, how long you've been at your resident. Those are the factors that matter the most to them instead of your credit score. So with these type of lenders, in terms of income verification, there's very little, if any, but at the same time, you want to look at what it is that they actually can do for you. So with this credit loans, again, no income verification. Their loans go from $250 up to $40,000. But you do have to have a bank account. However, you can see that they have a 90% chance of approval, okay? Not available in New York and Connecticut. And now, if you have bad credit, the maximum amount you can borrow is $5,000. But that's cool. If you're able to get the $5,000, that's cool because I'm going to show you exactly what you want to do to leverage yourself. Now, you have another company, CASHUSA. Here's another company that's not looking at your credit. They're looking at how long you've been on the job, how long you've been at your residence, how much income you have, how much is your DTI, or how much disposable income, right? So their loans go from $500 to $10,000. So, and again, you have to have a bank account. But here's the cool part about CASHUSA, because what they do, say that you're in check systems or something like that, they are still able to find lenders to give you a loan. So this is one of the reasons that I like them. And another interesting thing about it is that the lenders that they go through are like lenders from tribal lenders. Like say you go to a casino, lose your money. Well, that money you lost, they actually loan it back out into the market, okay? Now, say that you was able to get $5,000, $7,000, maybe $10,000 max, okay? Without a hard pull on your credit. Taking that $10,000, what you could do with this here card is called the SABLE credit card. Now, I would take 5,000, all right? And so What it do? You put the $5,000 on the card. Then once after 4 months of good payment history and stuff, it turns into a regular credit card, right? And then it gives you a $5,000 statement credit. All right. So now you have a high limit credit card. So what do you do next? Well, here's what you do. If you're able to get into Navy Federal, what you want to do, you want to get the Navy Federal Nrewards card if you have bad credit. Now, here's the interesting thing about it. With Navy Federal, if you have a good internal score, their scores go from 100 up to 450. Now, the interesting thing about this, say that you have a 530 credit score and you're a new Navy Federal member. They may just bypass and give you a regular credit card. Okay? So this would be the fallback. But the reason I'm telling you to get this card is because all you need is $200 as a deposit. Now remember, what we're doing, we're building up credit, right? We're building up the credit card tiers, right? So the reason that you want to get this card, because you want to be able to get into their system, all right? Now, one of the things that if you haven't caught on yet is the cards that I'm actually choosing is going to be working on your FICO 9. Now, why FICO 9? Well, because FICO 9, it does what? FICO 9, you can add your rent onto it. On your FICO 9 credit score, you can add your utilities onto it, okay? You can add your subscriptions onto it to help boost up your credit score. So that's the reason that we're choosing FICO 9, because you can build your credit score up much faster on FICO 9 than using FICO 8, which is with the traditional banks, all right? Now, here's another card with FICO 9. Say that you built your FICO 9 score up, and you finally got it up to, say, just say 650. All right, and you have a low DTI. Then this is the card you want to go after. You either want to go after the PETAL 1 card, which goes from 300 to 5,000. Then you want to go after the PETAL 2 card, which goes from 300 to 10,000. And again, here's another card that's not focused on your personal credit. They're looking at the cash flow, how long you've been at the resident, what about the education. Those are what factors, that's what matters to them. So this is the reason why this card is so important. Now, for those of you that may have a high debt to income ratio up to about 75%, here's another card. This card is with upgrade. It goes from 500 up to 50,000. The average credit score is a 678. However, that does not mean you get disqualified if you don't have a 678 credit score, okay? Because with these companies, they really work with people. I have seen credit reports where people just coming out of bankruptcy, and some people are actually still in like a bankruptcy 13 or 11, and they were still giving them $10,000 credit lines. So in reference to the flexibility of this here card, is definitely one of the cards you want to have. The reason that you want to have these type of cards on your file first before you switch over to the FICO 8, because the larger the credit limits on these cards you have, when you switch over to the FICO 8 and start applying for credit cards, you'll get a higher limit credit card, okay? So you want to backdoor this and do it this way. That way, even if you have bad credit, you have a chance to redeem yourself, start building up your credit, start getting larger lines of credit using your FICO 9, and then you switch over to FICO 8 to the regular bank cards, okay? So if you have any questions about it, click the link below, schedule a one-on-one consultation with three-way funding. Thank you.